What up, YouTube? It's your boy Casper. Saw a very interesting and a surprising movie, and I'm gonna give you the rundown of it. I'm talking about St. Vincent, so let's get straight to it. Off real quick, I've never seen any Bill Murray movies, and I've obviously heard of Bill Murray from a lot of people. I've seen his name on Twitter. I've seen his name pop up in interviews. I've seen just clips of him doing interviews as well, but never saw a movie from Bill Murray, and this was literally the first one. He was in Zombieland. He had like a cameo in that movie, but even then I wasn't like, oh, that's Bill Murray, because I just didn't know who he was, to be honest. So the movie St. Vincent is a PG-13 movie. It came out in 2014 and is an hour and 42 minutes. Starred by Bill Murray, Alyssa Mccarthy, Naomi Watts, and Jaden Martell. The director of this movie is Theodore Melfi. The writer for this movie is also Theodore Melfi as well. So the movie St. Vincent is basically about Bill Murray. He plays the character Vincent. I would say a chill dude, but he has his own little attitude and he gives attitude himself. He's kind of stubborn on the old side. He's always without money. He owes people money. So with him, he's always just trying to come up, just have money for himself. It's also about a young boy who him and his mom, the mom just got divorced. So the little boy, him and the mom, the little boy, his name is Oliver. So the little boy Oliver and his mom, who's played by Alyssa McCarthy, they end up moving next to Bill Murray, Vincent. So the one thing they don't know how the neighbor is. And when they first meet him, they see how kind of grouchy he is, he's smart with how he responds with people. What they don't know is the kid and the mom is that they end up going to become really good friends with the neighbor Bill Murray, aka Vincent. During that process of them moving in, you see the kid and Bill Murray hanging out because the mom just got a new job in that area where they just moved in, and she's like a technician, so she's always busy at work, hours on hours, and can't be there for the son. So the son ends up going through some like bullying at school, so he loses his keys, his IDs and stuff, basically loses his wallet. The kid can't go home because the mom is not there and he doesn't have a key, so he's basically kind of forced to go to the neighbor's house, aka Vincent, and he tries to use the phone to call his mom and say like, hey, I'm gonna be at Vincent's house, is that fine? And then the mom just says to Vincent, it's okay, you take care of my son for a few hours while I'm at work. And then Vincent being Vincent, this is payroll stuff, so you gotta charge, I charge for this. That's how Vincent and the boy starts becoming close because he's now babysitting. And during that whole process, you see how Vincent becoming more of a mentor for the boy. I really like how Vincent still played himself, still was chill, still gave that little attitude, trying to be smart. He showed Oliver a lot of cool things, and the one thing about it is that you see how Oliver and Vincent, like, they connect with each other automatically. The way they both chilled, they both can chill with each other. Like in the movie, you see that they go to the racetracks and they enjoy the time, and you can actually see before Oliver's in the picture, Vincent goes to the racetracks and goes to all these places before meeting Oliver, and you can tell he's still kind of depressed. Starts going with Oliver, you can see that he's more open, more into it, just more of a shining light. He's more uplifted, and you can tell he's having a greater time. During that whole process, Oliver is learning from Vincent how to defend himself at school, basically how to be more of a man to defend himself in bully situations because he's getting bullied at school. Also, throughout the movie, Bill Murray, aka Vincent, said in the beginning he owes people money, he's always in debt, and when he wins money, he keeps it for himself type of scenario. When he starts kicking it with Oliver, Vincent somehow gets lucky with all the things he does. He starts gambling on horses and stuff. He did it before, but when he goes with Oliver and hitting the jackpot, Vincent thinks like Oliver is his good luck charm. So when he starts going without Oliver, he starts to do all the stuff that Oliver would have done, and he doesn't end up winning none of the stuff no more because he's becoming more just greedy and selfish. He's thinking like, since Oliver helped him win the stuff, he can do it himself again. But after he stops kicking it with Oliver because of some scenarios that happens in the movie, you can see that him being selfish and doing all this stuff is not worth it. He had much more joy being with Oliver. Or meeting Oliver, this dude had nothing but bad luck. He was just going through the motions. That's basically what the movie is about. So with Bill Murray, like I said before, I've never seen any movie from him. The thing I know about Bill Murray, just hearing other people talk about him, is straightforward, doesn't show too many emotions with his acting from what I heard. In this movie, from the first couple scenes in the beginning, Bill Murray was very animated. To hear that, you know, this is the most animated he's probably been in any movie was actually shocking to me, because him being animated in this movie was actually really good, was natural for, I guess, his age and how he looked. It looked natural for me, and it shocked me. I'm surprised I haven't seen too many performances from him. He's a really, really good actor, puts a character on the screen really well, and I really liked the performance from him. It was a trip, because when I'm seeing him perform, kind of looks like someone I know. For me, a top performance that I would always say, like, yo, have you seen this movie from Bill Murray, St. Vincent? So that's where it's at for my first watch in this movie. Alyssa McCarthy, who plays the mom of Oliver, her name is Maggie in the movie, I would say she did a great job as well. She was serious. What I know her for is just being that comedy female, kind of like a Jim Carrey style. She's really loud. She can be animated to be comedy as well. When I've seen her in other movies in like funny roles, in this movie being a mom, the way she expressed being a single mom going through a divorce, her talking about what she's going through at the past time, felt really real. Felt like she was talking to you and like, hey, just hear me out type of stuff. Her performance in this movie was on point. I actually really liked it. So the kid Jaden Martell, huge shocker, because when I saw him on the screen, I'm trying to figure out if I've seen him in any other movies, and nothing was clicking at all. My boy literally said, do you remember him in any other movies? And before him saying that, I'm trying to figure it out. So long story short, he said he's the main character in the movie It. Killed this role, boss stuff with the little kid. Man, this dude could really act. St. Vincent was probably his first theater movie role where, you know, he was like on the main screen and stuff. Naomi Watts, she plays the pregnant female in there named Daka, who Bill Murray, aka St. Vincent, is like dating kind of, and surprisingly she was actually a good performance. Her look on how she was trying to perceive a stripper looking grimy, they did a good job. And one thing about her, she's not British at all. She's just straight an American actor. She used YouTube videos, stayed in character because she didn't want to get overacted by Bill Murray, and she just wanted to stay on point. I didn't know that she was in the King Kong movie, you know, the main actress in King Kong. Camera work in this movie, very smooth, very clean. It fit. They had some unique shots in there on just like introducing the scene, and I actually really liked that. It was dope. I think it's a great watch for people to see. You could watch it, you know, with your family. You could watch it with friends. There is some parts in the movie where they're 10 out of 10 parts, meaning you're gonna feel it. You might tear up in some parts. It wasn't boring. You absolutely love the characters. You want to know, you connect with them really well, and you want to know what happens next. So after giving St. Vincent a watch, I have to give it out of 10. I'll have to give it a 9 out of 10. This movie was really good. I'm glad I watched it. Glad I'm on board, more on board with Bill Murray. No bad performance in this movie at all. I highly recommend it. I think it'll be a good time. You know, you might cry during the movie, but this was a feel-good movie. That's my movie review for the movie St. Vincent. Shout out to you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace, y'all.